If you've been watching the channel for any amount of time, you know that I have some opinions about Liz, so I've decided to kind of turn the other cheek. It's a new year, it's a new me, and while it's a little bit late to be doing New Year's resolutions, I've decided to extend an olive branch to all of the Liz enjoyers and do a Liz tier list, going over each of the Liz's and just breaking down how I feel about all of them, because it might come as a shock to a lot of people that have also frequented some of the streams or even in the Discord, which is linked down in the description down below, that I actually don't hate this character. I think they're very fun to hate on, but that's just kind of the nature of Liz as a fail girl. So this comes from the absolute brain geniuses over in our super secret saucy channel in the Discord that you could be a part of if you click that Patreon link down in the description down below. But this is going to take a couple of things into account. This is just overall how much I enjoy each of these variations of Liz's, just depending on how good they are in story or how good they are to use, if they're entertaining, all that good stuff. So let's just kind of start jumping into this, and as per usual, I will leave a link to this tier list down in the description down below, so all of the Liz fanatics can be like, oh my goodness, every single Liz is an S tier, which is what I expect them to do. But let's just start off with the basic Liz, the basic package, the Lancer Liz. Now, she's not very good in FGO, and she is kind of annoying, but doesn't really do anything too offensive. I mean, she kind of has some funny lines early on and stuff like Orleans when she's yapping to Carmilla about how she's not gonna be like her, but I do feel like we gotta use her as the standard for a Liz, right? Putting her in B tier, because this is what every Liz should at least be in their baseline. You know, they could be a little quirky, they could be a little funny at times, a little, you know, cringe sometimes, but they also gotta be very fun to bully. So that is going to be our baseline. Now we have Caster Liz, and while I do really like Caster Liz as, you know, just from an aesthetic design, I think it's a very good Halloween character to do, and early on in the game, they were a pretty nice carry for just being able to do some big free damage when I didn't really have anybody better. The reason, though, I'm gonna have to put her down in D tier is for making me look like a big dumb idiot, because I know this character can't do buster looping, but for some reason, for like the past 2 weeks, I have been very insistent that you can use this character for buster looping. I'm pretty sure you can now with like the advent of a Pen 5 on JP, because you get that extra, you know, skill cooldown, but for like the last 2 weeks I've been like, yeah, this is gonna be like a great buster looper for everybody, and I completely forgot that her, you know, third skill is on a 7-turn cooldown, which is the exact same mistake I made like 2 years prior to this when we got the, not the Append, but this Evocation Festival over on JP. So for making me look like a dumb idiot, I'm gonna put her in the bottom tier. However, because of that high level of trolling, she could also be seen as an S tier, which I think I'm gonna extend the olive branch, and I'm going to take the L on that one and put her up there, because it's gotta be really hard to be a fictional character to transcend your media and make somebody covering the content that does it every single day look kind of stupid. Now, moving on to Brave Liz. This is one that I have a lot of nostalgia for. Brave Liz has a very special place in my heart, because I picked up FGO again after losing my initial account about a month before the Cleopatra Halloween event started. I originally was playing FGO when I got into it. I failed to get Jolter. I bought an account that had Jolter on it, and I never made a transfer code, so when my phone inevitably exploded when I dropped it, I was not able to get that account back. So I knew that Jolt was going to be getting a raid up again like a year from that time, so after kind of mulling it over for a little bit, I was like, well, you know, I should probably start building up an account, so when I do pull Jolter, I at least have, you know, the skill material, the QP, to level her up, because if I start playing the day Jolter comes out, I'm not really going to get to use her, because I'm not going to have skills or, you know, EXP cards and stuff. So this was kind of the first character I had on my account, aside from Vlad Lancer, that was a high NP'd servant that could actually do damage for me, and I really like their third skill. I don't think it's good, but I think it's a fun skill to use. You know, having the opportunity to just see, what are we going to get? We put a little bit of extra gambling in our gambling game, you know? Are we going to protect the entire party when we need it? Are we going to give everybody damage? Are we going to get the attack buff that everybody can use? Maybe we'll get a couple of extra stars, who knows? I just had a lot of fun with it, and there are a lot of moments that I remember early on using this character to kind of just beat up bosses, because, I mean, she does have the guaranteed invincibility, she has a big mana burst, I mean, what's not to like about this character? And they really haven't done anything to fix them out. I mean, they've helped them a little bit with giving me the third skill, you know, the reduction of the NP that you need for it. That's kind of cool, but I did like that the third skill was kind of like a secondary NP. You know, you popped it for 100% of your battery, and you get a really strong effect. So this is one of those characters that'll always really stick out to me. Now, as far as the alter ego Liz's are concerned, I actually am a huge fan of the more like neutral face looking Carmilla one. I actually really do like this one, even though it is a bit more bland. The other one over here, never been a really big fan of. Now, I know this character actually was fairly good when they did come out, and they were a part of some, I don't want to say meta compositions, but there were certain farming nodes where you really did need to use them. If you wanted to do like kind of like a free-to-play clear on it, you know, quote-unquote free-to-play. But I never did any of those because I didn't really use these Lizzes all that often. But I did pick this one originally whenever the event came out, because I just like Carmilla a bit more than I like Liz. I mean, go figure. It is a hot, white-haired, evil woman. If you've been around the ZTL channel for a little bit of time, you know, you'll know that that's kind of the MO. It's like literally the living embodiment of the meme of, I love evil women so much. That's just me. So going for the Carmilla one was just going to be easy. You know, it's going to be a de facto one to go for. And then this one is a bit too loud. I know that it really speaks true to everything that Liz is going for. It's got the color scheme, all that stuff. But I don't know. It's just not really for me, I guess. It's not, I don't know. I can take it or leave it. You know, I'm perfectly fine with having the Carmilla one. Plus, the Carmilla one is kind of like the threatening boss you have to fight in the stage. So I take her a bit more seriously. The writer Liz over here, quite a good character. I think she's a little bit better as a Liz over this one over here. I think I like the whole Cinderella meme that we have going on with this one, and I like the design. I think it's a very cute design. It's like the first time I was like, you know what, Liz, thumbs up. I'm gonna give you, you know, some props for doing the rags to riches lifestyle run over here. But aside from that, not, you know, too much else that I'm, you know, really gunning for on this one. Baby Liz, I think Baby Liz is hilarious. Like, I love this one. It is, like, super adorable. After going through the Huyan event, I was only reading that event for Huyan. Well, I was going to goon super hard, summoning for that character. I might as well read the event so I can actually find out if I actually care for them or not. And the Baby Liz was a nice surprise, you know, being like, wow, this is like a really entertaining, just little Gumbles character. And she's nice to Huyan, which, if you're nice to Huyan, then by all means, you're a friend of mine. So you know what? Leader of Mount Leong, you know, we got to give her props. She's the boss. A1 on that one. Then we have Carmilla. Now, normal Carmilla, when I first started the game, right, there is a CE in Summer 1 where you get to see Carmilla in a swimsuit. And so I was always telling people, dude, this is an A1 waifu. Just wait till she gets another version or she gets a summer variation. Everybody is going to lose their minds over this character. And I was right. But because she's not really showing what she's got in this one, and I mean, she's kind of got like a nice power mod niche, you know, against females. Not exactly a common thing to have. It's like, what, her and Jack? So she's really nice early on, but I can't put her much higher than this. I don't think she has too many story appearances. She's kind of bland as a character. I do think she has pretty privilege, but I can't really give her too much outside of that, especially because, I mean, this is just the best Liz we have. Come on, like, when you first see the writer Carmilla, ignore how good she is, right? Like, she's not very good. Let's just ignore that. Let's just go off of aesthetics and story for Summer 4 alone. I mean, at this point, we might as well just make another tier for her alone, but that's kind of cheating. We can't really go higher than S tier because then the tiering rules become a bit arbitrary. And speaking of being arbitrary, we do need to put somebody in the C tier. So even though I really do like the Velber Liz from Extella, we're just going to put her in C tier because, one, I think that's really funny because she gets bullied in the entire game. And while I would probably put her in A or S just because I really do enjoy Extella as a whole, I think it is very fitting to have a character that gets bullied for the entire game, effectively just being Tamamo's maid, which is hilarious. Like, that's an A1 bit right there. But it is very fitting if we have her in the bully tier over here at C. But because she actually does have a bit of a character, we'll put her a little bit higher than the alter ego Liz. Now, the non-existent Liz from Oni Land. Many a philosopher have asked, Where is this? What is Lasangle doing? Or what was DW doing? Why don't we have this as a shop skin? Why is this not made into another character? Because this skin goes hard. It absolutely goes hard in the paint. Why this isn't an available character to use, I have no idea. Even in all of my Liz hating, I always give the Liz fans one prop in that this skin goes absolutely hard. The Oni Liz is absolutely amazing. Now, I can't just get it higher than, actually trolling me as a character or just being a banging servant, but I can give her props for being the best looking Liz, and that at least gets her into S tier. So, let me know in the comment section down below, what do you think about this? Is this tier list a little bit random? Yes, but it's my channel, and I get to do whatever I want. If I want to have a quirky day to make an FGO video on whatever I want to talk about, you're struck along for the ride. I'ma do me. But if you want to influence videos like this that do come out, while this was an idea that I just kind of had randomly and sporadically, it was influenced by the Patreons, which you can join. You can become a member by clicking that link down in the description down below, but you could also just sit in the backseat of the car and just see where the ZTL channel takes you by liking the video and subscribing to the channel, as I do put these videos out every single day, usually in the morning, but sometimes I get a little busy or I just am really racking my brain on what I'm going to upload on that day, and well, like yesterday, it comes out after Din Din time, but those videos are coming out, so make sure you like on the video, make sure you subscribe to the channel, and comment down below if you agree or disagree. Maybe you have your own, philosophical ideas as to why you think certain Liz's should go higher or lower on this tier list. Let's have a nice discussion in the comment section down below, and I'll also go ahead and put the description, or in the description, I'll put this tier list so you guys can make your own list, and you can post it in the Discord and be like, ZTL, this is my list. I put them all in S tier, and I'll say, wow, how original. Anyway, but with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. You guys have yourselves a nice rest of your day, and I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace, late guys.